let me transfer you.
Switch to Farm Bureau Insurance today and get real service instead of getting really tangled up. For auto, home, life, and health, get the membership advantage. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
You know, a win like that shows some very positive things about our character, our ability to be resilient, to stay in the game. I felt we were very poised down the stretch. The most difficult thing about a game like that when you're coming back is you're playing with such emotion and intensity defensively. But the nature of the game is you need to be poised and calm on offense. And that's such a range of emotions that's difficult to play in such a fluid game like basketball. So I thought David Gonzalvez's will and Kevin Anderson's will were really, really big factors in us winning the game. And Kevin Smith and Darius Garrett were just tremendous for us off the bench. And you know, without those guys, it would have been a much bigger deficit and a much bigger lead to try to come back on. So I'm pleased with the win. I know we can play better, but certainly we'll take the win. And there's some very positive things that showed up. Everything I think if you can learn from games and learn from situations from game to game, those things really help. And I think the Mississippi State win, because of the opponent, because of again how that we were up in the early part of that game. We're up with 10 minutes to go in the game. They got back the lead. It's just a matter of trying to be resilient. You know, I watch college basketball more than my players do, and I see these runs all the time. But I'm not playing, and so to have to go, you have to kind of go through it, I think, to learn from it, and I think our guys did, and I think, we can draw on this game now in the future as a game where we don't feel we played particularly well, but we were kind of tough enough or had enough within us that we were able to win the game. We're scoring at the free throw line, and the clock was stopped, so. We chipped away at the lead. We didn't make any kind of crazy comeback, but since the clock was stopped because it was free throws, we were able to really take points off without time running off the clock. And even sitting there looking up and thinking down 7, down 8, down 5, as you're doing the math on the time, it never felt like it was out of reach. It felt like we needed to press, and it felt like we needed to score fairly quickly, but it never felt out of reach. I think so. I think the coaches feel that before the game. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did, and I thought we were trying to without Ryan, that makes it difficult because he's such a good defensive player and so versatile. With Dan struggling a little bit with his shoulder, that made it a little bit difficult. But yeah, I think we all felt that. We're running out of opportunities here. When they took a lead, with 5 minutes to go or 6 minutes to go, that seemed pretty big. Again, not insurmountable, but it seemed pretty big. A little bit. I think what's difficult about the NCAA tournament is that it's a fluid goal. Because I can't say, hey, if we win 25 games, we're in the NCAA tournament. I can't say if we win the next 4 or if we win all of our home games. There's no, besides winning the A-10 conference tournament, there's no criteria that we can just go out and meet. And so we talk about it as a goal, and we talk about opportunities that we have, and this Wake one is a big one. But it's more difficult to, it's not like if we beat Wake, we're in, and if we lose to Wake, we're out. So especially at this point in the season, I think we have constant reminders of it, but not put too much of an emphasis on one particular outcome of a game. Wake Forest is a great team and a big-time program. This is our 5th game against a BCS team, and we feel like we've really taken very good advantage of our schedule. And this is another opportunity for us. When the Bucknell game is done and we kind of put that to bed, we'll focus on our league season. But right now, with the Wake Forest game upcoming, this is an opportunity for us, just like Mississippi State and Missouri and Florida. And I hope we can go down there and play well. We'll need to rebound better, but I really, really love the guys on this team, and I'm very confident in the guys in this team that we can find ways to be very competitive throughout any game.
There's always hope, but there's not. The hope kind of dwindles away as the time goes down, and they're making buckets. We were like down 8 at one point, maybe 2:45 to go, and we were just desperate. So you know, in the last 2:45, we just had to get to the line, stop the clock, and just hope that they would turn the ball over, you know. Just try to D them up as hard as we could. And with each turnover they got and each bucket we scored, we started to get more and more fired up. And we started to just believe that we can do it. So I think once we tied the game up, we knew it was I think we just knew it was our game at that point. We had the momentum, we had the crowd behind us. And, yeah, we just got to the point of desperation. So it was very deflating. I mean, I remember making a play or shooting a bad shot or doing something. And I looked at K, and he was just like, man, it's going to be real tough for us to come back and win this game. So it was deflating. But I think we all still believe, like we said, there was still hope there. And it just takes one play. You just got to make one play. And then, you know, you think you can do it. And you know, you get the momentum because the crowd's right there with you. So all you really need is one play to get things started. And I mean, Kay was scoring every time he touched the ball. So all we really had to do was play defense and rebound. You know what I mean? He made it easy on us. Then when Smitty got that dunk, I mean, the whole place exploded. So it was just, you know, we were pretty sure that we were going to win that game by that point.
I just kept playing through it, kept being aggressive. It happened before, Florida game. I mean, it's like the last two games, really. It's happened before. I haven't scored that much in the first half. Second half, I have a big second half. I just keep being aggressive and just know my shots are going to go in, I mean, eventually. And then I try to get some fouls going to the hole just to get myself going. And my teammates did a good job finding me, and, I mean, shots just went in for me. I think we're not panicking as much. Last year and the year before that, I felt like we panicked a lot if we got down 10 with 8 minutes left or 10 with 10 minutes left. Just a lot of time on the clock left, and we panicked a lot. Mainly it's on me and Dave, the guards. If we panic, then the rest of the team is panicked. So we got to stay calm, and that's what we did, and we just kept playing defense, chopping away, and we got the win.
You know, I just think we kind of rattled their guards a little, just pressuring them so much for, you know, 15 possessions in a row, and they kind of weren't used to. I mean, we didn't pressure in the backcourt. You know, kind of we did pressure a little bit in the backcourt, but it wasn't as hard. And then we started kind of guarding the ball man to man, hard all the way up the court, and I think that kind of flustered them. You know, just maybe wore them down a little. And you know, Tom Cole's he's like their only really strong ball handler. So you know, once he passed the ball, we kind of kept the ball away from him, and I think it was just really tough for those guys to handle the pressure when you know, our other guards are pressuring their guards. So I think that's what really kind of just sealed the deal. Yeah, I trust them. I mean, we've been playing together 3 years now, and you know, we've been in the close ones, we've lost the close ones. You know, we've battled together in practice. We know what it takes to win. And, I mean, we both believe in each other, you know, and we both encourage each other to be aggressive all the time. And no matter what's going on in the game, no matter who we're playing, you know what guards we're facing, I trust him to do what he does, and he trusts me. So it's great.
Definitely, because most of the time the best defender is guarding Dave because he can shoot, he can drive, he can do it all. And like you said about trusting me, I trust him too. It's like tonight, even though his shots weren't falling like it was, he played great defense and like won us the game. He turned Tomko over, he got steals, he did what he had to do. Even though his shots weren't falling, he turned it up in another part of his game and won us the game tonight. So I mean, it goes to show like the trust is there because I knew he was going to do something. I was just waiting on it.